Hi everybody, Amy here from Knit Collage. In this video, I want to talk about a concept called intuitive knitting, and I want to encourage you to lean into it as you get started making the solstice hug pattern. So in this pattern, we are going to combine so many different types of yarn, right? If you got a kit from us, you'll be working with a main color and some contrast colors. If you're working with your own stash, chances are you're combining even more yarns and colors. It's totally your world. The world is your oyster. And as you dive into this, I want to encourage you to embrace this idea of intuitive knitting and tapping into what you love, what feels good in your body as you're knitting it, what excites you, what makes you feel most alive as you're knitting this project. So to give you an idea of what I mean, I wanted to show you a sweater I am working on. This is the Inner Beauty cardigan that I just started knitting, well, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And the yoke is an idea I had for a long time. I had this idea that I wanted to make a rainbow yoke. I reknit this at least a dozen times with different colorways to get it to look exactly like this. And I'm telling you about it because to me, this is what intuitive knitting looks like. It looks like combining colors, maybe saying, not sure I love that, ripping out a couple rows, then trying a different color combination. Oh, yep, I like that. And then what comes next? Not sure, rip, redo. And going forward continually in that way where I'm really checking in to see what I like, not what someone else has done, not what someone else likes, but really what excites me and what feels fun and free and like me, like what feels like an Amy thing to do. That's what I want to encourage you to do, because I think that is the key to creating a piece that feels completely like your unique self. It's diving deep into this inner knowing or this intuition that you have inside and using that as your guide to choose the colors as you go along and make this cowl. So I'm going to encourage you to do this. And the wonderful thing is that there's no wrong way, right? You don't have to do it like I'm going to do mine or like Cheryl does hers. It's absolutely your world and there's no wrong way. And I wholeheartedly want to encourage you not to compare yourself to other people. Cheerlead them, love what they're making, but I want to encourage you to really look deep inside yourself and see what you like and continue on that path and just keep doing you, because that's what strengthens the connection to your intuition and really getting to know yourself, right? As you lean into this and as you listen more closely to what really lights you up color-wise, texture-wise, colors together, what fit you like, whatever it might be creatively, as you strengthen that connection to what you really like as a maker, you strengthen it and it gets easier to know what you like and sense that as you move on to your next project and then your next project. And then all of a sudden, you don't even have to check in and really think about it. It's just this natural thing that happens, which over the years, I've been doing this for quite a long time. That's how I've gotten to it. It's just second nature. It's part of how I make things. And I feel no remorse when I need to rip and things go wrong and I don't like it. I'd rather make it color-wise, texture-wise, creatively, exactly like how I want it, how most excites me inside, that most feels like me coming out onto the sweater and the yarn, the project, whatever it is I'm making. I feel like it's this expression of who I am on the inside coming out, and it becomes second nature as you lean into this practice and continually strengthen that bond to your own inner knowing, your own intuition. So I want to encourage you to try that in this project, because it is a wonderful small project to begin with and really lean into and try this. And what I found is that so many of us, right, growing up in this world it supports and it also applauds sameness and conformity, right? A lot of it's been stamped out of us, of this connection to our inner creative. So I want to encourage you to step aside and step away from other people's expectations, what you think other people want to see, and really just lean into what excites you most. And maybe as you knit this, you'll say, you know what? I just want it to all be grays, but different textures of grays, or all blacks, but different textures of blacks, or silvers, whatever it is great. And it's you. And we want to lean into that wholeheartedly. So that is intuitive knitting, my favorite kind of knitting. I honestly think projects where you don't get to combine 5 different types of yarn and colors are not as fun. This is my favorite to do myself, but also to watch our community bring to life, because no 2 cowls will look the same, and that's so exciting and fun to see. They all will be an expression of your inner creative. So with all that in mind, let's dive in to making your cowl. I'm so excited, and best of luck tapping into that inner knowing, your intuition, as we get started.